What's poppin', boys? Fucking triceps, bro. Shit. So, this video right here is gonna be about, I've been reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, So, I found this lesson very cool, very, very, like, relatable and shit to my past life. So, before, back then, when I was 200 pounds obese, I used to like somewhat blame my parents for like feeding me junk food, like having junk food around, and like keep forcing me to eat it. But if I think about it now, like if you look at it right now, like it's not their fault. It's my responsibility that I'm gonna eat it. Like it's totally my responsibility. And so sometimes what we think is that responsibility and fault is the same thing, which in reality it isn't. Fault is like a past tense and responsibility is present tense. Like the analogy used in the book, it wasn't your fault that you left it wasn't your fault that a baby was left in front of your doorstep, but it's your responsibility now. If you just let it stay there and you get in trouble, don't blame someone like, why did they leave it? Because it's your responsibility. If you get hit by a car, if you get hit by a car, it's not your fault that you get hit by a car, but it's your responsibility if you want to live miserably, or if you want to live a normal life and just keep moving forward and living the same way you did before you got into a car crash, Like it's your responsibility to move forward. It's your responsibility to what happens to you, how you feel it, how you react to it, Like one time I remember there was this saying called, life is only 10% of what happens to you, 90% of it is how you react to it, If you, like those choosing games, bro, those choosing games are fucking more real than you realize, Like it's fucking crazy how like we don't see things this way, but it's actually truly how things are, So like things are like this. So like you have somebody has a gun in your head and you say, give me all your money. You have the choice to give the money to them, or not give the money to to give the robber the money, and to not give him the money. If you give him the money, then obviously then he'll probably go, and if you don't, then he'll probably not, he'll probably shoot you if you don't give him the money. So basically what I'm trying to get to at here is that whatever you do is, whatever happens to you is a reaction of your own decisions. Like probably like maybe it's not your fault like that your family finished your food, but then it's also your responsibility to still cook another meal for yourself and stop being a little bitch complaining saying, oh, they finished my food. I mean, like, it's not your fault that happened to you, but it's also still your responsibility to cook yourself a meal and still eat if you're like in a diet, you need to get that protein intake. It's still your responsibility. Everything that happens around you is still your responsibility. So let's go back to my old story to what is this called, to go back to it. So basically it was not my fault, right? It was not, so like personally I had like emotional trauma back then, but like, so let's just name that person as first letter of the alphabet, A. So let's just say A, right? A emotionally abused me and I had emotional trauma, but it was also my responsibility on how would I take that. Would I take it as become a pussy, like just give up on life, just fuck everything, give up on life, give up on my dreams, my goals, just become depressed, fucking anxiety and shit. That's what I did. And now I took number two, is take it like a man, improve your mental health, your mental toughness, your mental strength to the point where no one can fuck with your mind because you control your mind now. Nobody can get to you. You are the master and you are the controller of your mind. You can shut off people if they're talking shit to you. Like, you just don't give a fuck anymore. You can take those two routes. It's not your fault that you're going to emotional trauma, okay? It's probably somebody else's fault, but it is your responsibility to get out of it. If you got fired from your job and now you are homeless, it is not your fault why you got fired, but it is also your responsibility to get a new job or either find something that will help you to not be homeless. Fault and responsibility are two complete different things. And you have 100% responsibility of your own life, and every decision you make, every choice you make, everything that happens to you is 100% your responsibility. If you die, that's 100% your responsibility. You know, if you got into a car crash, you could have stopped being a little bitch. You know, like, instead of being a little bitch, you can fucking get up, like scream for help, cry for help, or fucking try to like scream up or get up, but you said, oh, the pain hurts. The pain is too hurt, I can't move. And if you fucking die, that's end up being your fault. Because you were being a little bitch, you ended up fucking dying. It's not your fault that you got into a car crash. Maybe it was, but let's just say it wasn't. But it's your responsibility to get help, you know? This book right here, it's one of the best books I've ever read. It's up there together with The Way of the Superior Man. You guys should read this book. Again, you need to start taking accountability and responsibility of everything. Have a good rest of your day.